Hello learners, I'm Akash. In this video, you will learn about sets, like what is a set and also which elements belong to a set and what about an element that does not belong to a set. These things you are going to learn. Now let's get started. Now what is a set? A set is a well-defined collection of objects. Mark this word, well-defined. Well-defined collection of objects. Now what does this mean, well-defined collection of objects? That means there is some criteria for an object. Like let's say there is a collection of objects and a new object wants to come in. There must be some criteria for it to enter, a point to check. Okay. Now what? Let me tell you some examples at the end you will understand. Let's say odd natural numbers less than 10. This is a well-defined collection of objects. What are odd natural numbers less than 10? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Right? So yes, now here is a question. Can I put 11 in this collection? Can I put 11 in this collection? No, right? Why? Because my collection is odd natural numbers less than 10. I cannot put 11 into this. So I will know whether I can put something into the collection, into the set or not. If something is a set, like this is a set, right? If I want to add something to that, I will know whether I can add something to that or not. There is a criteria. Okay, there is a criteria. What is that? You will understand slowly. See. The rivers of India, right? Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, Krishna, etc. Now, this is my set. Okay, rivers of India. Rivers of India. Can I add River Amazon to this? No. You got it. You're getting it, right? This is what a well-defined collection of, see, rivers of India. This itself is a well-defined collection. You're understanding, right? This word indicates that well-defined. It did not just tell rivers. It just told, because if it had been just rivers, you could tell that, sir, maybe there is a river on Mars or Mercury, somewhere, something, somewhere, then you cannot exactly tell, right? Like if it had been rivers on earth, then also it is a set. Okay, we do not know about other things, but yes, it is well defined. So understand this again and again and again. Well defined collection of objects. Now various kinds of triangles. Obviously in this set you cannot include set or a square, right? A square, a rectangle, a rhombus, it cannot go into this set. It is not there in this set. Fine. In this collection, square, rhombus, all that are not there. They are scalene, triangle, isosceles triangle, equilateral, acute, obtuse, right angle. Fine. Prime factors of 210. Prime factors. Arey sir, my teacher taught me way back in 1990s, 1980, 1970. Arey, you were not even born at that time. Prime factorization. You know, right, how to do prime factorization, like 210. In those days when good old days, first you do it with a 2 and then you get, what do you get here, 105. Now since there is a 5, do divide it with 5. Now what will you get? 21. So 3 and a 7 and a 7 and 1. So if I'll do this prime factorization, what will I end up getting? I'll get 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. So what are my prime factors? 2, 3, 5 and 7. Now is 11 a prime factor for this? No. 11 does not belong to the set. So you'll understand that you know whether you can put something in the set or not. We can put 3 in this set. Why? Because it is a prime number and it is a factor for 210. That's why I can put 3 in this set. I hope you're getting what I want to say. Students within 2-meter radius in your class. Okay, let's say you sit somewhere in your class, right? Then many people like backbenches. Okay, you can tell me in the comments box whether you like sitting in the first bench or you like sitting in the last bench, or you feel like somewhere in the middle is the best spot. Just tell me in the comment box. Okay, fine. So somewhere you sit, right? And if that is the case, within 2 meter radius there would be some students, right? So that is also a set, that is also a set from the place where you sit in your class. Okay, in your class. Okay, let me make it in the from the place you sit in class. Again, you will tell, sir, if I'll move here, there, here, students within 2 meters radius from the place you sit, you generally sit in class. We sit. Okay, so from that place, again you will argue that no, this 5 is not a set. So I took random names: Ram, Shyam, Ghanshyam, Radheshyam, etc. If you are a girl, Lalita, Vishaka, etc. etc. So we can decide if we can put an object in a set or not. If we can decide if we can put an element, if we can put an object in a set or not. I told you, right? These are sets. The 5 things which I told you. These are sets. Fine. So you can know whether you can put something in the set or not. Okay. This is how set is. Now next. Okay, now give some examples of sets in your comment box. Show me your creativity. Arey, this is the generation wherein, innovation is coming day in and day out with artificial intelligence. Arey, don't go and type in, Google and, give me, use artificial intelligence and give me some examples. No, I want you to think, pause this video here. Think of at least 2, 3 examples of sets. Arey, it could be anything, Baba. It could be anything. Collection of, colors, collection of colors in Vibji or like in a rainbow, etc., etc., etc. Be as creative as possible, and I'll check your creativity. Fine. Let's see who will give the creative, sets. So, but the thing is, for something to be called as a set, the collection for a collection to be called as a set, it must be well defined. Now, let's see who will give some good real life examples or anything, any example. Just give something in the comments box. Now, let's move forward. Examples of collections which are not sets. Okay, till now we learned what are sets, well defined collection, okay, of objects. Now what are not sets, which are obviously not well defined collections. What are those? Best batsman in the country. Best batsman in the country. See, we cannot judge, right, the best batsman in the country. Someone will tell, for me, the best batsmen are Kohli and, etc., etc., etc. Someone else will tell that, for me, the best batsman is Rohit Sharma or someone else, you know. So they will have their own criteria. Yes, you can, make a set using Indian batsmen. How? You could say like collection of batsmen, Indian batsmen who played internationally and who scored at least 10 centuries, 10 international centuries. Then you can get a list of names, and then that is a set. You are getting, right? It should be well defined. Again, well defined. Okay. Now, good children in a class. Now, who is a good child? Who is not a good child? Some people say that. Yeah, if you have knowledge, you are a good child. Some people tell, no, you should be disciplined, then you are a good child. Etc., etc., etc. So it's not well defined. You're getting, right. Amazing people of the school. Sir, for me the amazing person is that guy who dances very well. For me the amazing person is this girl who sings very well. So every person have some criteria, but the criteria is not the same, right? It's not well defined. It is not well defined. So these are examples of which are not sets. Now again, come in the comments box and give me some of your good examples of what are not sets. Okay, fine. Give me some good examples. Acha, don't give all rubbish things. Like, I generally don't entertain things like, all the bad words, etc., etc. If you put anything like that, I'll delete your comment. Give some good creative ones. Like, if you give some good creative ones, now everyone can, really enjoy that. Like, for example, I'll tell you. Uh, if I'll tell you, let's say something like this. What should I give you? Like, beautiful colors. Now, we cannot call it as a set, right? Because for some this color is beautiful, for some this color is not beautiful. So I want some creativity like this. So again, another chance for you to interact with me. Come in the comments box and tell me, give some examples, pause the video and think. Okay. Now next, let's move forward. Now, as I spoke something about sets, okay. We are all familiar with numbers, and there are some sets in numbers, so we are going to talk about that right now. Okay, chalo. So, sets of number system. Capital N denotes the set of natural numbers. Arey sir, from 10th class I'm learning this. Like not 10th class, since a long time I'm learning this. Yes. Acha, I have a question for you. What are natural numbers? What are natural numbers? I don't know if you have the answer. Like I feel some of you may not have the answer. See, natural numbers are counting numbers. Okay, natural numbers are counting numbers. Fine. Like when you count, 1, 2, 3, 4. You count, right? The counting numbers are natural numbers. So I hope you got it. What are natural numbers? Now, whole numbers are counting numbers along with zero. They are whole numbers. Next, set of integers. So counting natural numbers and negative of natural numbers along with zero, they make set of integers. Array. Okay. Now what are rational numbers? Okay, sir, rational means having someone who has some intelligence. Think rationally. Think rationally means think logically. Array, we are not speaking about that rational here. We're speaking about rational numbers here. Okay. So rational numbers are any number which can be written of the form p by q, okay, where q is not equal to 0 and p and q are integers, then we say that it is a rational number. Array, sir, we learned this all way back somewhere, and I think if I'm not wrong, in your 10th class, if you are from CBSE, anywhere, any board, there is this very famous question, like show that root 2 is irrational, show that root 3 is irrational, show that root 7 is irrational. A kind of a famous question which comes generally in your board exam, right? Chalo. Now, capital R denotes a set of real numbers. Now, what is special about it? See, some are rational number, means some are not rational numbers, like root 2, root 3, root 7. Already I told it. These are like irrational numbers. Fine. So, the collection of rational and irrational numbers, like, these two sets, you get real numbers. And the big boss, not the Big Boss show, the big boss, the great grandfather of all of the sets is set of complex numbers. Okay. Now, what is a complex number means? Number of the form a plus ib, wherein a and b are real numbers. You will learn it. I think it's there in chapter 4. Maybe I'll try to put that also as well later. But these are some of the sets, and they are well defined. Okay, like they have a definition, right? I told you the definition. That's why they are well defined. That's why they are well defined. You know whether you can put something in this set or not, whether some element exists or not, whether some element or object belongs to it or not. Okay, now I suppose so. Objects, elements, and members of a set are synonymous words. Like you can say that this is an object of the set, this is a member of the set, this is an element of the set. Okay, you can call it. Like let's say in the set of natural numbers, 5 is an object of the set, or 5 is an element of the set of natural numbers, or 5 is a member of the set of natural numbers. This is how. And in general, sets are denoted by capital letters. You saw it: capital N, capital W, capital Z, capital Q, capital R, capital C, etc., etc., and etc. Fine. Now, belongs to and does not belong to. What is this? Now, let's say an element is present in the set. Okay, if an element if A is an element of set capital A, then A belongs to capital A, right? That means that we write it as small a like this element belongs to this set. This is how we write, and this is how we represent it. Okay, you see this symbol. Fine. This is the symbol for belongs to. A belongs to capital A, small a belongs to capital A. Now if B is not an element of A, then we say that, let's say small b is not there in the set A, then B does not belong to A, and we write it as B does not belong to A and belongs to with a slash. Okay, belongs to with a slash. Okay, with a fine. Acha, when I saw this, na, like one thing saw, I mean, like students generally enjoy, striking numbers. Like for example, there is an equation 3x is equal to 6. So 3 ones are 3 twos are. They like this. I don't know if some of you like, some of them, like that striking. Now, let's take an example to make it. Like, let's say capital A is a set containing 5 elements, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, 2, if you see 2 is there in capital A, right? So we say that 2 belongs to capital A. Now, is 7 there in capital A? No, 7 is not there in capital A. So we write like 7 does not belong to capital A. Okay, till now I was speaking and speaking. Now it's your turn. Now what do I mean by your turn? Okay, what do I mean by your turn? There are some questions. Okay, there are some questions. Now what you have to do is, when I'll tell a question, just pause it and write down your answer, or think your answer. Okay, think about your answer. If you get all 10 questions right, if you get all 10 questions right, then you can give a pat on the back yourself that you did good. Okay, you can give a pat on the back and write it on the comments box that yes, I got all the 10 questions right. You can just tell that. Be honest, huh? Be honest. Fine. Now let's see how many of you will get this. Let's say capital V is the set of vowels in English alphabets, right? The set of vowels. Now question 1, B belongs to set V. True or false? True or false? You can pause here and think something. Okay, think something. It is, B is a consonant, so it does not belong to the set of vowels. So B belongs to V, it is false. Question 1 answer is false. Now question 2, O belongs to capital V. True or false? You can think. O belongs to capital V, because what are the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. So O is there in capital V. Now next question. Q is the set of all rational numbers. Q is the set of all rational numbers. Where the question 3 is minus 0.6 belongs to Q. True or false? You can pause here and think. Now minus 0.6 belongs to Q. Minus 0.6, now I can write it like minus 6 by 10. So this is minus 6 divided by 10. It is in P by Q form, wherein both are integers. So yes, minus 0.6 is a rational number. Next, 3.142 belongs to rational numbers. True or false? It's true, because you can write it as 3142 divided by 1000. You can write it as 3142 divided by 1000. P by Q form. So it is a rational number. Now question 5 is interesting. See, 5.77777777777777. It goes on and on and on and on. It belongs to Q. True or false? It actually belongs to, how? See, let's say x is 5.77 dot 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 dot. Now 10x will be 57 point something. This you might have studied in your class 10 in the topic, real numbers. Now 10x minus x is 57.777 is 5 point. Now you see this part will be the same and it will get cancelled off the decimal part. So 57 minus 5 is 52. So 9x is 52, x is 52 by 9. So this belongs to Q. It's true. Test. I hope it's going good till now. Now next, which of the following are sets? Question 6. Collection of saris of your mother. Is it a set or not? Think about the answer. The answer is yes. You know, right, which sari your mother has, like yellow sari or pink sari, whatever. You can, make a set out of it. It is well defined. Some sari in Kala Mandir or KVM mall is not a collection of sari of your mother, right? Although obviously your mother might want all the saris in the world, but still, it's generally not might want. I'm not telling every mother. Your mother might have this desire, but okay, chalo. Now next. Next, now Q7. Collection of good-looking cockroaches on Earth. Arre re. Collection of good-looking cockroaches on Earth. Think about the answer. Okay, now what is cockroaches? Good-looking cockroaches. See, cockroaches have also, like they also, have children. That means like there is male and female in cockroach also. Cockroach and cockroachini. So they have their criteria for mentioning, but some cockroach might feel this cockroach is not good looking. Some other cockroach might. So the criteria is not clear. So yes, it's not a set. Now question 8. Collection of movies liked by you. Which you like, collection of movies which you like. Is it a set or not? Now here is the answer. Yes, because there is a movie, you like it or don't like it. You have a collection of, like if you list down all the movies you like, you will either like it or not like it. In general, if there is a meter that like or dislike, otherwise you'll tell I like 70%, I do not like this 70%, 30%, then like that we cannot include. Let's keep it general, don't go too deep. If you go too deep, now next, collection of habits of your father. Think. The answer is yes, because person will have some habits. Like a person could have many habits, but there will be. Now you might tell me, sir, my father's first habit is to scold me. Second habit is to scold me even more. Third habit is to scold me every day. You could also tell me, sir, my father's first habit is to always ask what I do at school. Second habit is to ask who my friends are. Third habit is to go even into more details of about me. Sometimes parents go too much about us. That's a habit. And next, collection of best solutions of x cube minus 6x square plus 7x minus 6. Think. The answer is no, because it has some solutions. This equation's roots are 1, 1, 2, 3. Now, what do you mean by best solutions? For some person, 1 is good, 1 is the best solution. For some person, 1 and 2 are best solutions. So, there is no definite exact collection. So, it is not a set. Now, tell me in the comments box whether you got it right or wrong. Tell me in the comments box, okay, whether you got it right or wrong. Some answers could go a little here and there because but I think I have made a fair judgment of questions. There could be some controversies on questions, okay, but still I made some questions so that your concept would get revised. What is a set and whether an element belongs to a set or not. Based on that, I tried to make this video. Only two things I wanted to cover. One is what is a set, and other thing is whether an element or a member or an object belongs to a particular set or not. This is what I wanted to convey, and based on that I made this entire video. So just tell me whether you got all the questions right or wrong. You can just tell me. If you got 8 out of 10, you can just tell I got 8 out of 10, etc, etc, etc. And you can also let me know whether you like this explanation. Fine. It took me some good effort. In fact, this is my first time teaching theory, if I'm not wrong. Like in general, on my channel, if you will see only questions and questions and questions. But then I felt let me try teaching theory, because to solve questions you will need the theory, right? Obviously. So if I'll give you good theory and good understanding with some few examples, you yourself would be able to solve a lot of questions. Fine. So I hope I did a decent job with this. Thank you.